আজকে আমাদের এখানে উপস্থিত আছেন আমাদের মাননীয় বোর্ড সভাপতি এবং the chairman of ICC, who is visiting Bangladesh for a very short trip for 2 days actually. And here he is like in front of you. You can ask some question, which I have already a questionnaire in my hand. So I will one by one I will call and you can ask your question. So here the first question is from Mr. Atif, Daily Sun and Creek Buzz. Mr. Atif. Oh, he's not here. Okay, you can ask the same question if you have the question in your hand.
Hello, great. Welcome to Bangladesh.
Hey, okay, so microphone down.
Microphone to
Yeah, I'll have to come forward.
Hello, great. Welcome to Bangladesh.
Thank
I
you.
want to ask what's ICC's view on using neutral umpires since you moved away from using neutral umpires during the pandemic time.
Well, hi everybody, and thank you very much for hosting me here in Bangladesh. We had a wonderful 2 days. Before we start, just want to thank my hosts as well. Nazmul and the team been wonderful. We've had a very productive period of time. I've seen a lot, and it's been very useful for me. So quite a lot for me to take back to the ICC. I'm sorry, answered your question though, was specifically your question. I think COVID, there were some benefits, I guess, for cricket. One of them was the chance to use umpires at home. So it's given home umpires some exposure to international cricket that they otherwise wouldn't have had. And I think that's good. It's spread the base a little bit wider. I think if you look at the stats, you'll see that they're pretty much thereabouts in terms of their performances compared to what we've had with the neutral umpires. But we're out the other side of COVID, so we're reintroducing the neutral umpire arrangement, and that was decided at the last board meeting that we had of a few weeks ago. So yes, you'll see neutral umpires back up and running again.
Pretty soon?
I can't give you a date. It's an operational issue. I'm on the other side of the fence, but yeah, soon.
Thank you. And the second question is from Mr. Mehdi, Daily Star. Done? All right. Can you go to the next? Mr. Riyasal from 71.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Oh yeah.
Over there. Hi.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to see you from last 2 days.
Thank you.
My question is that we know that Mr. Nazmul Hasan sitting beside you, he is the key person of Bangladesh Cricket Board in the last 10 years, and he's playing a big role in ICC as well. You could see that during his tenure as the president of BCB, number of matches in 3 different formats has been increased, and Bangladesh Cricket Board is getting more revenues from ICC. So actually, what role he played in the meeting of ICC, and how actually he convinced you guys to fulfill the demand of BCB?
Well,
I want to know the secret.
You have to ask Nazmul, but no, he's doing a great job for Bangladesh cricket, and he's a really big contributor to the ICC as well. So one of the most senior directors at the moment. So experience counts for a lot. He's able to give a lot of wise counsel both to the board and to newer directors. Always very happy to help out whenever he's asked. So I think that you can rest assured that he is a great representative for your country and for your cricket board. He's overseen a lot of progress for Bangladesh cricket, and long may it continue. So I really enjoy having him on the board. He's, as I say, he's been a great contributor. I hope that answers your question, does it? Is that the answer you wanted?
Thank you. Going for the next one. It's from Mr. Sami, New Age.
Hi, Mr. Blakely.
Hi.
Well, my question is, as the test match is going on, it's part of the ICC World Test Championship, and we are now in the second cycle of the ICC World Test Championship. What are the significant impacts of this tournament, which is newly introduced by ICC in the test arena? Because earlier there was no test championship. And another point is like now we're seeing quite, this test match as two teams are competing. They're not likely to compete for the final. Because do you think there have been some, less likely important test matches coming on for this World Test Championship?
I think there are two questions there. So answering the first one, I think if I heard you correctly, I think now we're in the second cycle of World Test Championship. We would look back and say that the first iteration or the first cycle was very successful. What it did and what we intended to do at the ICC was to give Test cricket more relevance, give it some context and try and maintain and drive interest in it. And I think that if you look at those as the measures, then it was really successful. What it does mean, and if you look at the game out here, every country has a chance to get through to the Test final. And if you look at New Zealand, we certainly did that against the odds. We had some luck along the way. There were a couple of teams that Australia tore South Africa as an example. So some things happen. You never know what's going to happen. So that context and that relevance is important for all of the participants in the World Test Championship. And what it also does is it ensures that member countries all fulfil commitments to other member countries to play Test cricket. Test cricket is still a really important part of the cricketing landscape. I know that T20 profile-wise is perhaps starting to overshadow it, but it doesn't mean to say that Test cricket is not a hugely important part of the cricketing landscape, and the Test Championship is very much a part of the strategy to ensure that we maintain, as I say, context and relevance in Test cricket and give all member countries the opportunity to play it. I've forgotten what your second question was.
Thank you so much. Now we are going to the next question. Is from Mr. Borshan, NTV.
No, sir. I have few, in fact, questions from my colleagues. First questions regarding the World Cup hosting. As you know, back in 2011, Bangladesh hosted the ODI World Cup around India's World Cup. This time, 2023, India will slowly they are going to host the ODI World Cup. The infrastructure-wise, India is unparalleled. So, countries like Bangladesh, if they want to host ODI World Cup, how can they manage it? And otherwise, they have to be satisfied with only World T20 or a Champions Trophy. It is my first question. Will there be any chance that Bangladesh could have some matches in 2023 World Cup in their own soil? Is there any possibility regarding that? It is my first question.
Okay, well, in answer to your first question, no. The games have all been allocated to India. It's an important part of our broadcast cycle. It's actually the last tournament in this current broadcast cycle. So that tournament will be played next year in India. So there won't be a reallocation of any of the matches to any other countries. But in answer to your second question, yes, absolutely there will be games and tournaments allocated to Bangladesh. In fact, I think in 2031 you're already one of the hosts for the men's World Cup. We haven't allocated women's World Cup matches yet, but I know that there's been an expression of interest, and of course there are under-19 events. And I think the thing to remember is that the ICC actually has more events now than it's ever had before across men's and women's cricket. So there is a large scope, and from our point of view, the strategy is to spread the game and the opportunities as widely as we possibly can. So Bangladesh, you've been, as I say, a big contributor to the game. You've got really good facilities here. The passion for the game is probably unparalleled across most member countries. So yes, absolutely, there is a lot of opportunity for Bangladesh to participate in ICC events in the years through the next cycle.
Another question is here, over the years, national teams have been hampered by the key players. Absence due to participating in franchise leagues, various franchise leagues going all over in the world. Is the ICC going to take any measure to help international teams?
If I heard you correctly, you're asking whether, with the number of players playing domestic T20 cricket. Well, the T20 competitions are domestic competitions, and the movement of players through those is an issue for the members. It's not an ICC issue. We don't have an arrangement with the players. So I would just leave that question for the member boards to answer. There is obviously a Future Tours program being put together at the moment, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to accommodate everything that's necessary in there, but it's not an issue for the ICC, no.
Right. Okay.
Thank you. And I believe we just get the almost end of our question here. Last question from Mr. Zubair Protomal.
Hello, great.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to Bangladesh. You already touched on that, spreading the ICC event all over the world. But you already see when you got in charge, you said that was your main goal, that spreading the world ICC event across the universe. And 2024.
I'm not sure about the universe, but
2024 T20 World Cup, I guess, is going to be in the USA. Do you think that's your biggest achievement so far in terms of your achievement?
well, the first thing I'd say is that none of the ICC achievements are my achievements. It's a team effort. So we've got a good board that have helped to hopefully make some good decisions. But the strategy is quite clear. We do want to grow the game. We want to grow the game across a number of countries. So I think I partly answered the question earlier on when I said that the intention is to get as many countries able to be involved in the hosting of events. It helps and grow the game within those countries, and it helps showcase the game in those countries, as well as giving opportunity to fans, players, and partners within the region. So the US is actually a co-hosted event. The West Indies obviously will have probably the lion's share of the games, but absolutely USA will probably have a significant number. And I'm really pleased that the USA, along with a number of other countries, will get to host events through the coming cycle. As I said, it's part of the strategy, and if we can get the game spread across the globe, then that's great for cricket.
I believe that's all for tonight. I mean, thank you so much for being here and your wonderful presence. I'd like to give you thanks to all of you for being here and asking this question and having this beautiful press conversation. So I believe that's all for today, right? Thank you.
আজকে
আজকে আর কিছু না, because the chairman is here.
হার্টের ডাক্তাররা দেখায়নি একটু কার্ডিওলজিস্টের কাছে যাই আজকে, তারপরে কালকে বলবো না। আচ্ছা জি, no, it is actually on behalf of Bangladesh cricket and on behalf of the country, I'd like to thank ICC Chairman Greg Buckley for visiting Bangladesh. You see, I have been telling you that ICC Chairman, this particular position, is very, very demanding nowadays, and specifically due to the COVID. It has become so within this busy schedule that he has, and it was like a surprise. It's not that we didn't know he's coming. Suddenly he sent us a letter, I am coming. So I would like to thank him from on behalf of the board and all the people of Bangladesh for coming here. And although it's a very had the opportunity to discuss many issues and display some of the activities that we are doing and what we intend to do in the future. So he now has a much better. This is his first visit to Bangladesh. This is number one, and the board as well. So for that reason, I thank, and most importantly, the Prime Minister, as usual, a sports lover Prime Minister, specifically cricket. She was again unbelievable today. So she had a medical appointment, I heard, but still she first decided she will meet ICC chairman first and then do whatever is required. So she gave us a lot of time today, and showed a lot of interest. I don't want to discuss those here now. So we had a very good time there with the Prime Minister. Greg was surprised to see a country's Prime Minister loving sports or cricket so much. And on our event, we were on the helicopter when we were coming or going, I don't know, Liton scored the century. So last time Liton Das missed it marginally. So I was scared to see. Then I see Abbas, another second message, congratulations to Mushfik, and then so many. So you see, this is also an experience for Greg, I'm sure. So we are a cricket-loving nation, and we want to play better cricket. We want to grow, and I'm sure with his presence, it will give us much more motivation. Not only the board, but also the individual players and all of us to go forward. So I thank him once again, and he loved the facilities and in Select. And not only that, he is happy with the plans that we have nationwide for the cricket in the coming years. So that's all. Thank you. বলেন আপনি ওই সময় থাকলে হার্ট অ্যাটাক হইতো আল্লাহ রহমত আমি ছিলাম So we were with the Prime Minister. তো আমাকে the Prime Minister asked me, এই কি অবস্থা খেলা? আমি বলছি আপা সাহস নাই দেখার। So আমি যতক্ষণ মাঠে না যাব আমি খুলছি না। So মাঠে এসে এখানে দেখলাম লিফটের সামনে দাঁড়ায় দেখলাম এই অবস্থা, তখন তো ন্যাচারালি একটা শক। যাই হোক, তবে the way Mushfik and Liton has batted, they deserve special appreciation. আমাদের একটা ধারণা ছিল আমাদের কপালটা একটু খারাপ যাচ্ছে। ফার্স্ট টেস্ট ম্যাচেও আমরা কয়েকটা উইকেট, যেটা আশা করি না এরকম কুইক আউট হয়ে যাওয়ার পরে, নাহলে আমাদের রানটা ফার্স্ট ইনিংস আর একটু বেশি হতো। এবারও এই ধরনের উইকেট আমাদের ধারণা কথা হচ্ছে 6.5 ওভারেই শেষ, খেলা অলমোস্ট শেষ। তো যাই হোক, বাট দ্য ফ্যাক্ট দ্যাট দ্য উইকেটটা definitely is a proper test, and there is nothing wrong with the wicket definitely, because আমাদের টিম ম্যানেজমেন্ট প্লেয়ার সবাই দেখেই গেছে এগুলো বারবার, so they know no issue একজন খেলবে। সো এটা তো তার জন্য আরো কঠিন, আনসার্টেন। সো ওই জায়গায় যে ব্যাটিং করেছে অসাধারণ অসাধারণ। এটা কি আমার কেন, আপনাদের দেয় নাই? আরে সারা বাংলাদেশের মানে দম আটকে যাচ্ছিল তো, আপনি কি বলেন? আমার ধারণা সেই দিক দিয়ে তো বিরাট রিলিফ। না না, ওরা তো খেলতে পারে আমরা জানি, এবং প্রত্যেকে যারা আজকে পারে নাই প্রথম দিকে ওরাও কি। তবে দ্য মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট থিং আমার কাছে হচ্ছে যে মুশফিক রানে ফিরেছে, যে এই কনফিডেন্সটা আমাদের সবসময় ছিল। আমরা সবসময়, আমি অন্তত বলে আসছি বেস্ট ব্যাটসম্যান, সারা জীবন বলে আসছি। সো আমার ধারণা, আমি নিশ্চিত ছিলাম ও ফেরত আসবে। লিটন দাস হ্যাজ কাম ইন টু ফর্ম, তামিম ইজ ইন ফর্ম, আজকে ছাড়া ও হ্যাজ বিন প্লেইং গুড ক্রিকেট। সো আমি অত ভয় পাচ্ছি না। দ্য অনলি থিং ইজ, দোয়া করছি যত তাড়াতাড়ি মমিনুল তার ফর্মে চলে আসে, কারণ মমিনুল ইজ অলসো এ ভেরি গুড ব্যাটসম্যান, এটাতে কোনো সন্দেহ নেই আমার। মানে বাট এখন হচ্ছে না, এখন এটা না হলে কি করা যাবে? সো আমার দোয়া করতে পারি তাড়াতাড়ি ও কাম ব্যাক করবে, আমার ধারণা খুব শীঘ্রই সে কাম ব্যাক করবে। ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ।